Family is something we all define differently. For some, it's the people we wake up to every day, the ones who raised us, fought with us, and loved us unconditionally. For others, it's the people we choose, friends who feel like home even when we don't share the same blood. But no matter where we find it, family is still home. It's where we return when the world feels too heavy. It's the laughter, the chaos, the comfort, and yes, sometimes even the mess. Welcome back to ELPA Podcast, everyone. I'm Emma, and I'm so glad you're here with us today. Whether you're listening from your bedroom, on a walk, or while doing your homework, thank you for tuning in. Today's episode is a little personal because we're diving into something close to the heart, family. So to help me explore this topic, I'm joined by someone who has a lot to say about this. My co-host and good friend. Hi, Leon.
Hi, Emma. That intro really hit me in the heart. You're right, family isn't always easy to define, but somehow, it shapes everything about who we are. Thanks for inviting me to talk about this.
Of course. I'd love to start with something simple but deep. Leon, what does family mean to you personally?
Good question. For me, family is like the first foundation in life. It's where we first learn how to love, how to forgive, and even how to be patient. We might not realize it, but they're the first people who teach us what it means to be human. And when life gets complicated, family is like an anchor, something that keeps us grounded, reminds us we have a place to return to.
I really love what you said, an anchor. Yeah, life does feel like waves sometimes, always up and down, but family's the one waiting at the shore, ready for us to come back. What about you, Leon? What role does your family play in your life?
When I think about it, family is like a compass too. They help me stay on the right path, especially when I feel lost. Sometimes they're a bit too loud, a bit annoying, but deep down, it all comes from a place of love. They're the ones who tell me the truth, even when it hurts, because they care.
Couldn't agree more. Sometimes people outside might sugarcoat things, but family, they just tell it like it is. And sure, that can be frustrating, but it also helps us grow. Can I ask, who do you live with, Leon?
Right now, it's just me and my parents. We live in a quiet little house, nothing fancy. I'm actually an only child.
Oh, really? So you're the one and only? That must give you a lot of space to yourself. But I'm honestly curious, what's it like being an only child?
Honestly, it's a mix. On one hand, I get all the attention. I never had to fight over TV time or share my snacks. But on the other hand, it gets lonely. A lot. So I end up talking to myself a lot, or turning to friends, which has made me even closer to them.
I can imagine that kind of quiet must feel heavy sometimes. But I also think it shapes you, right? You probably learned to enjoy your own company earlier than most people.
Yeah, that's true. I spend a lot of time reading, or just thinking. It made me more reflective, I guess. But deep down, I do wonder what it's like to grow up with a sibling. Someone who just gets it without explanation.
Well, I have a little sister. She's in junior high school now, and we share a room. So trust me, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. But I love her. She's loud, a bit dramatic, always trying to act grown up, but she's got this big heart.
That sounds amazing. I think I'm jealous now. I mean, not of the drama, but the energy, the chaos. It's like there's always life happening around you.
Totally. Sometimes I want to escape the noise, but when it's too quiet, I miss it. That's family, right? You want space, then you want company. It's a cycle.
Well, I guess I'm lucky today. I may not have a sibling at home, but I have you here and our listeners too. So I'm not alone after all.
Exactly. You've got me and all of us tuning in. And you know what? That makes this space feel like a kind of family too. You know, one thing I really love about family is how we create traditions together. Those special celebrations that we wait for every year. Like in my family, Christmas is everything. We decorate the whole house, bake cookies together, and sing carols, even if we're off key. It's loud, messy, and perfect. Do you guys have anything like that, Leon?
Yeah, we do. For me, it's Eid Mubarak. That's when all my extended family gathers at my grandparents' house in Indonesia. It's really special because we don't see each other often. But during Eid, suddenly the house is full. Cousins, uncles, aunties, even neighbors sometimes.
That sounds wonderful. What's it like? I mean, what do you usually do during Eid?
Well, first of all, the food. You can't talk about Eid without mentioning ketapot, rendang, spicy sambal, and all kinds of pastry like Nestor, the pineapple jam-filled cookies. And beyond the food, there's this tradition we do. People go door to door to greet neighbors and asking for forgiveness to people we haven't seen in years. It's so emotional, but full of joy.
Ah, I love that. The part about asking for forgiveness sounds so meaningful. It's not just a celebration, it's a moment to reconnect, right?
Exactly. It's not only about gathering, but healing old distances too. Sometimes we don't realize how long it's been until we see everyone sitting together, laughing, sharing food. It reminds me that no matter how far apart we live, we still belong to each other. What about you? What's your favorite Christmas treat?
Mine has to be my mom's homemade apple pie. She only makes it once a year, and the whole house smells like cinnamon and sugar. It's not just about the taste, it's the feeling, like warmth, love, and memories baked into every bite.
Now I'm hungry. But seriously, it's amazing how food carries memories, right? It's not just a meal, it's a moment.
Definitely. It's like family traditions have a flavor, a sound, a feeling. They're not just things we do, they're who we are. Oh, yeah, Leon, earlier you said you're an only child, right? But what about your extended family? Like, how many cousins do you actually have?
Oh, you're gonna love this. I have 18 cousins.
18? That's a whole soccer team with substitutes.
Exactly. My mom has 6 sisters and 2 brothers. So family gatherings are always packed. I may be an only child at home, but when the whole clan shows up, I'm just one drop in the ocean.
That's amazing. I can imagine how noisy it gets.
It's chaotic in the best way. You hear laughter from every corner. Someone's always calling your name to grab more food or join a card game. Honestly, those little chaotic moments, like fighting over the last fried chicken or watching football together, they're my favorite.
Same here. I live with my parents and my younger sister, but during holidays or birthdays, my cousins and uncles come over. It's not a huge family like yours, but it's close-knit. I love the small things, like having tea with my mom in the afternoon or watching silly shows with my sister.
Oh, tell me more about your sister. You said she's in junior high, right?
Yeah, she's 14 and full of drama. One minute she's blasting K-pop, the next she's ranting about school or crushes. But honestly, I love that she opens up to me like that. Even when it's just me helping her with homework or us doing each other's nails. Those are moments I treasure.
I'm kind of jealous, not gonna lie. Having a sibling to talk to like that must be comforting.
Aw. But hey, you're not alone. You've got your cousins, your big, loud family, and hey, you've got me. And the listeners, too.
Yeah, true. And sometimes it's not about how many people you live with. It's about who truly makes you feel seen and safe.
Exactly. Family is not just presence, it's connection. Even in silence, even in little routines like Sunday breakfasts or movie nights, there's something really precious about those quiet bonds.
Totally agree. You don't need grand gestures. Sometimes peeling garlic in the kitchen with your mom while she tells you old stories is enough to make a day feel whole. So, Emma, talking about family, let's dive into the past a little. What's one childhood memory you'll never forget?
Oh, so many. But one that sticks out, I once tried to run away from home with nothing but a backpack full of Barbie dolls and a bag of crackers.
Wait, what? Why?
Yeah, because my mom scolded me for coloring on the wall. I was so dramatic. I told her, I'm leaving this house forever. And she said, okay, but don't forget your toothbrush. I got as far as the front gate.
That's gold. You were ready to survive the wild with just crackers and Barbies.
I really thought I was brave. What about you? Any epic childhood stories?
Okay, this one's embarrassing. When I was about 6, I thought I could fly like Peter Pan. So I climbed on a chair, jumped off with a towel around my neck, and screamed, "To Neverland!" Spoiler alert, I landed on the floor and cried for 20 minutes.
Ouch. That sounds painful and adorable.
My mom was both worried and laughing at the same time. She still brings it up every Eid.
I love how parents never let those moments go. My dad always tells everyone how I once introduced myself as Queen Emma during a school recital. I was 5 and full of confidence.
Queen Emma. I love it. Childhood is such a weird mix of fearless and clueless.
Totally. And don't you think those silly moments shape who we are now? Like all that imagination, even the little failures, they kind of prepare us for real life.
Absolutely. I think that Peter Pan moment taught me limits, painfully. But it also made me curious and bold. I still like taking risks, just not the jumping kind.
And I think my runaway moment taught me the importance of attention. I probably just wanted someone to notice me. I think even now, we're all just grown-up kids trying to feel seen and loved.
Wow, that's deep. From Barbie dolls to emotional insight. You've grown, Emma.
Thanks, Leon. But honestly, I think the inner child never really leaves us. They just get quieter.
Yeah, and I think remembering them helps us stay grounded. That playful, silly part of us, it's still there, just hidden beneath adult responsibilities.
Exactly. That's why I love talking about childhood memories. It's like giving a little hug to the past version of ourselves. You know, I've always been fascinated by how families have these tiny, unspoken rules. Like in my family, we never start eating until everyone's seated and has their food, even if it's just pizza.
Oh yeah, we're kind of similar. We always wait for everyone too. But there's this one thing, my mom really doesn't like it when someone makes noise while chewing. Like not even a little slurp. She'll give you the death stare.
I totally get that. My dad's the same. He'll pause his own chewing just to glare at someone else making noise. Silent dinners are basically our tradition now. However, family isn't always just about laughter and traditions, right? Sometimes it's also where we experience our deepest pain. I still remember the day we lost my grandfather. It was the first time I saw my dad cry. That moment changed the way I looked at him and at grief.
I get that. When someone in the family passes away, it shifts everything. I lost my grandmother when I was in high school. We were really close. She used to make me tea every morning during the holidays. I didn't realize how much that meant until it stopped.
Yeah. It's strange how little routines become big memories once they're gone. I think after my grandpa passed, our family dinners felt different, quieter, like there was a chair we couldn't fill.
Yeah, it's like the silence gets heavier. Even if no one talks about it, everyone feels it. For a while, I tried to avoid going to my grandparents' house because I didn't want to face that emptiness.
It's hard to go back to places where someone used to be. But eventually, those places also become part of the healing. You start remembering the good more than the loss.
Exactly. Now, when I visit, I still miss her, but I also feel kind of connected, like her love never left the house.
That's beautifully said. I think grief makes us more grateful too, for the people who are still with us.
And it teaches us to say I love you more often. You never know when it's the last time, you know?
Okay, let's lighten things up a bit. Family vacations. Now that's a whole different kind of chaos. Do you remember your most unforgettable family trip, Leon?
Oh, yeah. Bali 2016. We went with like 15 family members. It was loud, messy, and someone always got lost. But it was the best. We rented this big villa near the beach, and every evening we'd sit outside, eat grilled corn, and just laugh. Pure happiness.
That sounds like a movie. Mine was Yellowstone. I think I was around 12. We had this cramped RV, and my dad tried to grill burgers in the rain. Total disaster. But looking back, it's one of my favorite memories.
I can imagine your dad trying to be the camping hero. Did the burgers survive?
Barely. They were more like soggy meatballs. But we ate them anyway, all wrapped in towels, and my mom tried to act like it was gourmet. That moment stuck with me.
I love that. Sometimes the worst parts of vacations become the best stories later. Did you ever have one of those we're lost and the GPS is dead kind of days?
Yes. On the way to Lake Tahoe, our GPS literally gave up. We ended up on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, and my sister thought we were going to be eaten by bears. But we ended up finding this gorgeous hidden lake. Total accident, total magic.
That's the beauty of family trips, right? You plan for perfection, but it's the surprises that make it unforgettable.
Exactly. And even when people argue or plans fall apart, you're still creating this little collection of shared memories. Even the bad hotel rooms and missed flights.
Yep. One time our flight got delayed for 12 hours, and we just slept on the airport floor. My uncle snored the whole time. We were annoyed then, but now we laugh every time someone brings it up.
It's like every family has their travel legends, the ones that get told over and over again during dinner. Like, remember when Leon almost missed the plane because he bought too many souvenirs?
Guilty as charged. I still have those wooden keychains. Totally worth it. You know, Emma, the older I get, the more I realize how tricky it is to balance my own life with staying close to family. Sometimes I feel like I'm drifting too far, even if it's unintentional.
That's so real. I feel that too. You're trying to build your own path, your career, your friendships, your routines. But there's always this voice in the back of your head going, "Have you called mom this week?"
Right? Or, did you check on your cousin who's going through stuff? Even though I live in the same country as my parents, I sometimes feel so distant. Like, physically I'm here, but mentally I'm always rushing somewhere else.
Same here. I try to be present when I visit home, but it's hard to switch off from work mode. My mom would be telling a story, and I'd be thinking about deadlines or emails I haven't replied to. It sucks.
Yeah, and it makes you feel guilty, like you're not giving your best to either side, neither your personal goals nor your family.
But I think part of growing up is learning that presence isn't about being there 24/7. It's about quality moments, right? Like really listening when we do talk, making small, thoughtful efforts, just letting them know they matter.
That's a good way to look at it. I've started doing little things, sending my mom photos of what I cook, or random jokes to my father. It's not huge, but it keeps the connection alive.
That's sweet. I started writing letters again, not long ones, just a note or two for my sister or grandma.
Letters! That's amazing. I bet they keep those forever.
They do, and it reminds me that family isn't just about those big once-a-year gatherings. It's about the small, consistent ways we show we care, even when life gets crazy.
Totally agree. And I think that's what makes family special. Even when you mess up, even when you go quiet for a bit, they're still there, rooting for you, waiting for your call.
Yeah. At the end of the day, they're your soft landing place, no matter how high you fly or how far you wander.
A safe harbor.
And that's why it's worth the effort. Even when it's hard, even when we're tired, because that bond, it doesn't ask for perfection, just honesty, just effort.
Wow, that's beautifully said. So here's to all of us trying to grow without growing apart.
After everything we've shared today, from childhood memories and funny moments to losses, dinners, and quiet realizations, one thing becomes clear. Family isn't always loud or perfect. Sometimes it's just that one call, that shared meal, that old inside joke that still makes you smile. It's those tiny, sometimes unspoken things that keep us grounded. So if you're listening right now, maybe take a moment and think about your own family, whether it's the one you were born into or the one you found along the way. What are the little things you cherish? Is it your grandma's cooking, your sister's laugh, or just the way your dad quietly checks if you got home safe? I'd really love to hear your story. What does family mean to you? What's one simple, unforgettable moment you've had with your family? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'll be reading them. And who knows, maybe your story will remind someone else of a memory they almost forgot. Thanks so much for spending time with us today. Until next time, this is Emma.
And Leon.
See you!